everybody, how y'all doing? So I wanted to try something new since I think I got it kind of pat down. I'm still kind of experimenting. So, for some of my people that's on Instagram, I'm aware that y'all kind of new to tarot design readings. You might even have your own superstitions about them. But at the same time, you try to understand because you've seen that it's something that's popular now. It's a trend now all of a sudden. So, it's kind of intriguing you. So, well, for some people that already know me, there's many different associations on that level, so I'm not going to go too deep in there, but to bring in the main focus is like for some people. So I'm going to post this little preview. Hopefully you'll come over to YouTube, to my channel, Resilient Reaper Tarot. That's RESILIENT, Reaper, REAPER, Tarot. I'll probably put a link when after I publish the video, and do a little bit of clipping right here because I want to run the video all the way through. So that's just me. It might be my little bit of lazy side, unprofessional. I don't know. Striving on a whole lot in this profession has really been a mental challenge to balance out, especially with a service where you putting out, you're advertising yourself, but at the same time, if you're sincere about your spirituality and your goodwill in the situation, sometimes money becomes something that has to get expressed in many a ways. So maybe the production and the cutting might be low budgeting, but it's still a form of, for me, in my psychological way of knowing that it's not 100% for the money. It's not. But I'm not going to say money is not a factor, but it's not 100%. So that's where some of my, maybe my professionalism get a little bit construed, or not able to perceive the proper way with lack of communication, just more assumptions. So what I'm going to do is some twin flame readings, okay? I'll probably give a similar speech. It might not be word for word when I come up to the Divine Feminines, okay? But it's going to be the Divine Masculines. And what I'm going to do is like a pick a card, okay? So I'm going to hold that, I'm going to engage y'all in for this few minutes so you see a little preview of the cards. So I want to use my Whispers Lord Ganesha Oracle deck, okay? I study a lot on Ganesha. So, my perspective when I'm dealing with the cards is looking at Ganesha as the god of removing obstacles, okay? So, and this is a Divine Masculine. What I mean by Divine Masculine is the people that resonate with a conscientious type of frame of thought daily, or being in a conscious mind. You don't always go deep, even though it might feel like you're going deep because you're transitioning from a conscientious state to a conscious state. So it feels like you're going deeper because you are, but it's not necessarily you going deep enough. It's not necessarily like you digging deeper within your spiritual goals, or you spending time to read the Bible, or why certain people who don't read the Bible, but yeah, they believe it's something out there, but you got a duty, or you got something that you here for a reason. So you basically in that conscientious and a conscious state. So sometimes, you know, this type of reading right here is to help people eliminate stress. If you're into meditation, this type of reading can be another form of linking you to meditation. Being a meditative guide if some things resonate for you. So, you know, that's what this spirit guide theme is with me using this deck. Now, my spirit guide themes does change. So that's why I'm being more trying to articulate for this session right here, and the reason I'm using this deck is to talk about the stresses that the divine masculine energetic beings is going through. And maybe this will help you go a little bit deeper in your conscious state, not necessarily subconscious, but go deeper into your conscious state first, so you can see the conscientious things that you need to see to get those answers to relieve stress, you know, to get over that wall, or to dig a hole underneath the wall, whatever way is meant for it to happen for you. Okay? So I want to do 4 cards. So what I'm going to do is ask the universe for the divine masculine spirit guide messages. Okay? What is some 4 energetic situations for the week of September the 2nd to September the 6th? For the time frame, September the 2nd to September the 6th of 2019. Can I get 4 cards for 4 different situations that might occur during this time that the divine masculine might need to be consciously aware of what's going on? I have 3 more, please. All right. So I have 4 cards that have came out. Okay. One of the situations would deal with something in the category of determination. Okay. Another situation would be in a category of insight. Okay. These 2 cards right here is, if people is aware about chakra energy, this is very chakra related. Can be more of a meditation guide when I get into the messages, these 2. Okay. We also have energetic movement. So energetic movement, it might not necessarily take you real deep into, well, it can take you into a meditation guide. It might be more strategic. You know, you might be trying to figure out whether you go through the wall, under the wall. You know, this might be more of a strategic thing if you're going through a challenge this week. Okay. Then we got spiritual practice. Okay. This might be something of conquering something that's been there since childhood. This is very deep, heart-centered type of energy right here. It can deal with health factors and everything of why you might be on different medications, why this medication is here, why this person, you know, it might answer some of these questions. This kind of like where this card is going to. So what else I got plans to do with this, okay, that I might have a chance for y'all to see too. I'm going to ask the messenger to come out, okay. So I'm using my animal messages, okay, to be the messenger inside of the spirit guides. So the spirit guides is more nature, okay. So universe, can I have a spirit guide for determination, please? For determination. The spirit guide messenger for determination. Okay, we got seal. Can I have a spirit guide messenger for insight? We have red squirrel. Can I have a spirit guide messenger for energetic movement? Okay. we have butterfly. Can I have the animal messenger for spiritual practices? The animal messenger for spiritual practices. Spiritual practices. And we have the owl. Okay? So, determination messenger is the seal. It has a little quote up here, so I read this for where it's going to be kind of starting to get cut off. So it says, hard work and inspiration are the foundation of true creativity. I like that to go with determination. So we got insight. We got the red squirrel. Gather your resources now, for they will sustain you through coming changes. That's great to go with insight. Energetic movement came with butterfly. Delight in life and embrace your changes as the source of your creativity. This is so beautiful in a connection. Owl, with spiritual practice. Seek out deeper knowledge to see through the deception. Okay? So, those are the four main ones, okay, for the spirit messages for the Divine Masculine community, okay? Like I said, I'm going to post the whole video up on the YouTube channel at Resilient Reaper Tarot, okay? So all of this will get back linked together, all right? Thank you all, whoever comes past. Thank you for coming to visit. I hope y'all enjoyed. Oh, as far as the Divine Masculine, is like I said, it's a conscious level thing. It can resonate for, you know, an actual male. It can also resonate for an actual female. It can actually resonate with any gender stratification that it fits for. This is all about natural and spirituality. So just to make that clear, that's why I say, you know, this is really functioning on how to, you know, relieve stress, get into a deeper spiritual outlook of something, if the message just resonated or however it's perceiving, you know. I'm just here to try to help people out through their challenges, okay? So look forward to seeing you over there. I think, you know, I won't really see y'all. But y'all stay positive and be safe. So hello everybody. I know that I said that I was not going to clip it off, but I did clip it off. But the good part about it, I don't really have to start with all the cards all over again. Because all I'm going to do is merge, keep the video kind of merged together as whole on, you know, on the successfulness of it getting published on YouTube. Okay. And just keep it together whole up there. So if y'all did come over here, it is what it is. So now it's just time to go ahead and get into, you know, what's the messages that's coming with them. Okay, so I'm going to put some of these aside right here. And I'm going to start off with the first one. I'm going to start off with determination and seal. So when I feel like with this being a spirit guide message for the Divine Masculine, it might be something that requires for you to have a vision. You know, it might really just require you to have a creative, visionary aspect. It might require you to have patience. And this patience might not come with thoughts. It might have to require you to utilize some emotions in order to obtain this goal this time. It might even have to, when it comes to your emotion, it might have to be like you being emotionally challenged to ask yourself, what is the fulfillment? At the end of this determination, Will there be another goal to achieve? And is this goal achieved? It's because life don't stop. So long as life don't stop, you should never stop being determined. So, I mean, how do that emotionally feels? Do you avoid your, hold on 1 minute. I had to slide away real quick. It's like asking, like, do you avoid really your emotions to a certain degree through your thoughts? You know, because it feels like that riddle. It's like, if you know that you're going to always try to, you're going to utilize every day that you have to the fullest to accomplish your goals, whatever you determine to be about. If you step aside from the thoughts and the strategic aspect of it and just go into the emotional aspect of it, does that really make you feel like a coward because maybe you're tired? Maybe you really need some rest. But it's making you feel like you're a quitter. Because at the same time, your lifestyle shows where you got rest. You could go do this. There's nothing wrong. So your thoughts override the justification. I mean, so spirit guide, because I just asked my spirit guides to go into the relatability of it, while, the translation was going on, and it's like, it's relatable to the sense of really what it's almost like, do you know it? Do you really know when you satisfied it's through the thought or through the emotion? And if it's through the emotion, did a thought finally give it permission to be satisfied and convince you that it was the emotions that was satisfied, but really it was just the thought satisfied? Because you just accomplished a strategic plan. So it's almost like, what is that stress? Or what is really the purpose of transitioning over to maybe eating healthy if your mind is still corrupted? How do you, what determines those new healthy cells to go and heal? So meaning that if you start getting an 8 somewhere else, but your memory is getting sharper, okay, well, your diet is really helping you with your thoughts, because maybe it thought that it need to be strengthened because that's what get worked overtime. If you're trying to be successful at an end goal of living a fulfilled life, and you feel like your mind is the best key to it, well, maybe it's going there, and maybe that's why you got body ache somewhere else. So sometimes it's like, if you're trying to spread the good cells all through your body, well, you got to allow some kind of expansion to happen too. So, I mean, your emotions is a sign of water. So, I mean, water would be a good thing to help the expansion go around. But let me go ahead and get some clarifiers into the messages, okay? Universe, can I get a 3-card clarification for the spirit message? For the Divine Masculine that's selected number 1, determination. Are you coming out? We're going to just have you come out. 6 of Wands. So yeah. See, it would have that 6 of Wands impression. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person, but you'll be putting off an energetic energy because, one, you could be thinking real hard about it, trying to figure out what went wrong, and maybe nothing, maybe technically wrong is not the right choice of words to be using. Maybe it's just you didn't try more than one thesis for your strategic plan. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's your plan been working for so long. So it's not experiencing, it's not being, it's almost like being used to always conquering challenges. You know, and everything of that nature, being able to, you know, really conquer them. And knowing that challenges is just a part of the fact of it, sometimes being in that mode for so long, you just get numb to some of the things because challenges just becomes what they are, an everyday consistent thought of your thought pattern. Can I have 2 more cards? Or 3, whichever way it's supposed to go for this determination and this seal. Now, it can be interfering in your relationships. It could be why, you know, you got miscommunication. Because it's just the fact of the way that your thoughts function, the way things fit for you, the right to stand your ground, the right to be yourself, the right to show the material struggle that you went through, to have the justifications. Yeah, I mean, all right. Apologize for the abruptness. So, I needed to get something to drink. So yeah, it can play a role in your relationships, the way you communicate. You could be Mr. or Mrs. misunderstood depending on how you conscientiously perceive situations and how you communicate them. Okay. There's another card. One more card to go, universe. So we got the Fortune Fairy. So yeah, it's well, this is one card kind of stands out, like for somebody who's you really on some kind of life change. You really is, right? But this one thing for you, this one thing for you is something that you really need to consider. And it's something that, and a consideration is not the fact that I feel like you're not considering it. I just feel like what they're trying to say is if you know that you relaxing, that convinces you that you stress free, then feeling a little bit of emotions shouldn't be making you feel less than what you was before the emotions started coming about. You shouldn't judge your own self or characteristics to that degree. And maybe because of the way that you function, the way that you kind of do that kind of thing, is maybe why on the blind side you still spinning on the wheel. You're still spinning on the wheel. And maybe you still spinning on the wheel because your logic and your reason kind of works together, you know. And this is just work. If this, you know, I really do feel like I'm talking to somebody but not talking to you, you know what I'm saying? So, well, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to try to work on that saying right there, okay? You know, it just speaks to my roots that I just refuse to ever forget where I came from. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just one of those things with me right now. So, this is what I'm trying to say to you. You know, yeah, I feel like I'm really talking to somebody that really is going through it. But the whole point is like the advice only get better if we was at least on the telephone. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to be face to face. But if we was at least on the telephone. You know, it's not something, I'm not really a forcey or bossy kind of person, even as a spiritual guide. I'm here to be the messenger and provide you messages, and that, you know, it is supposed to prompt you to think about the choices that you have, and maybe it's many choices. And maybe sometimes those many choices is just like, can it get narrowed down? Yeah, it probably could if we was, you know, going deeper into the reading. Probably could. But if, you know, for what it's worth, I mean, it's a lot of options here. And maybe it's just a collective thing too. I might be going into the direct mode of talking to a collective group as if I'm standing up in an audience that might be experiencing this. And it's just really delicate. But it's something that you have to embrace your emotions on, without feeling like you're a coward or less than or whatever. I mean, maybe those is going to be there because, I mean, you done built a foundation of that belief. Why? I mean, if that's the way that you view emotions, why wouldn't the pool that you diving in feel the way that you built it? This is also real talk. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Your logic is so strategic. You have so much responsibility, and then it kind of like take these moments like this, and it be like, oh, and I feel you. I have moments like that. That's why sometimes I go out and talk to people, because I know when I feel stuck too. And that might be why the root chakra is coming up with this card. Maybe you blocked out of a root chakra. And baby, to get into this root chakra, it requires you to go deep deep within. It might require a major sacrifice. And, you know, to be in your emotions just might be a major sacrifice. For some people it's not. For some people it is. Okay? So, you know, I feel like what your spirit guide wants you to know is, you know, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm going to get advice. I do want advice, and then again, I don't. I'm going ahead with the whispers of healing. I started off with it, so I'm going ahead and do it. New things, new beginnings, new attitude. So, what is the center focus or energy of advice that you can give for this this spirit message right here for determination? What is the spirit message? Final spirit message through the whispers of healing. That's the deck that I'm using. What is the confrontation of this water as it relates to this message? That spirit messenger as the seal. What is the symbolism? Oh, I did it again. Transform. So, yeah. Well, I didn't say the word transform, but transform fit for it. So, I'm going to pull out number 35. That's the one it is. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Can you feel the importance of what is happening for you? You are in a phase where you just about anything is possible. To achieve transformation, you must really think it is possible. Believing in yourself and your abilities is the key to creating the change being shown to you. You may have wanted a certain outcome, but not really believe it was possible. To achieve the desired changes in your health, be willing to make changes to your behaviors. You do some things out of habit, some because of the way you were taught, and others because they are easy. Try a new approach to create your change. If needed, get a buddy to do this with you. This could be anything from eating healthier to taking 10 minutes walks or learning a new hobby. Reinforce the changes you are making in your life by enlisting the support of your family members or someone you know who will cheer you on. Repeat the much prized changes to form new positive habits. As you start having success, you will develop an unshakable conviction that you will get to where you want to be. Okay, so that's for number one. The next one is Insight, and it got the red squirrel. I have read it out for you. I'm just tapping back into the message real quick for it. You know, for this one right here, I feel like this feels like, okay, this feels like it's a situation during these few days that is unavoidable, okay? And because it's unavoidable, well, you need to just have an attitude to be in your armor. You know, I would say whoever picked this card right here, like from the 2nd to the 6th, you just need to be in your own armor, okay? You know, it's something that's unavoidable. Maybe it might make you feel uncomfortable to be in your armor all week, all these days. Maybe you want to, you know, just be able to laugh and smile and grin. And maybe you're going to have to find those moments to sneak up inside of there. You know, you might have to find those moments of being very strong. Standing through the things that you might witness, that you might see. You might, you know, need not to get so sensitive on it. And don't be worried about, you know what I'm saying, whether you could have or should have done something or could have done something. If you're walking in your armor, you're walking in your armor for a reason. Some of the shit you might see just might suck during this time period. You got to find a way to keep yourself going. Might be a good time to, you know, I ain't going to say necessarily do something that you wanted to do, but if it was something that you haven't done in a minute, pick it back up for a little while. Because, I mean, it's a short-term phase. I don't feel like it's going to be that long. And plus, I only asked for the 2nd to the 6th of September 2019. So right now, it's just going through Monday through Friday, being in your armor. You just have to be that way. You know, see how it works. You know, if you feeling something that's going on around you, well, that just might be it. It might be your armor that you didn't know you had. Now, the way that you lower your armor and be snatching off your armor because you don't know how your armor is, well, that's a whole different part of this scenario. And what can armor mean? I mean, your spiritual armor. Don't put yourself in situations. If, for example, if you just made a new boundary, well, I don't feel like talking about all of this and all of that. Well, okay, maybe you don't feel you made a boundary, you listed certain things, but the conversation you might get pulled in just might be one of those certain things. It just was under a different jargon. So you didn't realize and you're getting caught right back up. So your armor might be letting you know, like, hold on, it's a communication error going on here. Your intuition might be going off. Communication error. Pay attention to it. That could be your armor going off for the week. If you're not really used to your intuition, it could come in those simple things. Or just put your armor on of help me, talk to me within your way that you know that I'm going to be able to hear you and be able to make it through this time with this energy right here. You know, talk to your spirit guides on y'all personal level. Make y'all own personal frequency while you're going through it. And allow that frequency to be your personal armor. It's many different ways it could get accomplished. So let's get into the spirit message right here because I'm running a little bit out of time. Can I get 3 cards for the message here, clarification for insight in the red squirrel? So we got the 7 of Cups. So, you know, what I feel came out with that 7 of Cups is, okay, if you're the type of person you don't like cloudy days, if you ask your spirit guides to talk to you in a way that they know you, you think because you feeling cloudy that they wouldn't talk to you about it, especially if they know that you real extra sensitive, you can't really handle something, you might get sidetracked or somebody might be recording you, you might snap, then you done got in trouble with the law and everything else. So at that moment in time, your mind is cloudy. What you ain't looking at is your security mechanism. You ain't looking at it as your armor. You didn't look at it as your spirit guides because you say, okay, they ain't going to do nothing that I don't like. 7 of Cups, you know, is the next card, the Lovers. Yeah. Love got a good time right now. Love never has a bad time. Love don't have a bad time. People make love a bad time. A bad moment in time. Love don't ever have a bad time. Love is whatever we made love to be when we is inside of that frequency. So it's almost like, yeah, There is for this right here. There's going to be some interesting relationship situations. Whether it's people that's coming back from the past, whether it's somebody that you already in a relationship with and something happened. There's going to be some unique, spontaneous relationship moments with that. Then we got the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands. This kind of tricky. Cause this kind of feel like you gotta be quicker than that. It kind of feel like moments of times. It kind of felt like a test being converted to a testimony. I mean, when it relates to being in your armor, yeah. Because just like I say, if you got the type of belief that, you know, your dignity that you speaks of wouldn't never do nothing that you don't like, and then it happened, and then, you know, so happen you get this deeper kind of understanding real quick. Maybe because the video resonated with you now or after, or maybe you found a video after the moment happened. I don't know. It's all in divine timing. And you like, yo, your tongue started feeling funny. You start feeling the contradiction. You start feeling, don't even realize you're feeling the swords rubbing together at the same time. See, the spark of the metal don't make you feel like it's fire. But it is. Because you're seeing all this vision. You have an epiphany that's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like this epiphany that's going on inside of you. So really it is like this fire, but it's coming from the swords rubbing together, the metal. The branding. It's like a whole branding type thing right here. Interesting though. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mosey on. Yeah, because I'm about to run out of time. So the next one was energetic movement and the butterfly. Delight in life and embrace change as the source of your creativity. It's going to be a challenge. This is a challenge for whoever picked number 3. It's a challenge. It's like being in the magician energy. Universe, can I get a clarification for this message from the butterfly connected to the energetic movement? 3 cards, please. We got the Death card, transformation. Yeah, it is. I had said magician. But yeah, it can be a transformation. It depends. It depends on the person. We got the 4 swords. One more card. It depends on the person. Meaning that the transformation could just be adding on a new characteristic. It's not necessarily that you let go of an old characteristic. It just means that you added on another characteristic with it. You added on another trait that filled the void of a conflict that you just didn't want to deal with. The Knight of Cups. You know, that's what I feel with the Death card. And definitely with the butterfly being up here is definitely all about the transformation of it. Then you got the 4 swords. The 4 swords is, I feel like when it comes to this energetic movement, because it's a challenge, is more or less like you're going on your quest. It's like for some people, you didn't put something in action. You didn't put something in motion, and you're gonna feel the motion. You're gonna feel like you're on a chariot. You know what I'm saying? But the Four of Swords is coming up, but the messenger is the butterfly. So that's the thing with it. The butterfly is moving. It only lives for a season. It's a phase. So, and this card got all butterflies on it. Okay, you're gonna be embracing the energetic results. It's either the results coming from an action that was already there, or you're going to be into the satisfaction that of the actions that you have just currently put in place. And with the Knight of Cups that's coming up here, is the Knight of Cups is, and the Knight of Cups is just like the Four of Swords. But it's more like on the end of you seeing the results. You're processing. You're processing results. And being that this is a challenging energy, it's almost like, well, I mean, I know the feeling of processing results. I mean, it's like taking a test and you waiting on the results to see whether you did good or anything like that. So it's like, yeah, it's like almost like whatever you done put out there is now coming back. Like you a teacher, you gave everybody scantrons, so now you putting all the scantrons up in this computer to go ahead and give you all the results of the grades for everybody. It's like you being in that kind of standpoint. You literally seeing your results. But the Four of Swords is almost like, I guess it is on the opposite polar. It's like I guess they both can be functioning together. One is sending and one is receiving. It's interesting though, but it's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. So that means that your conscientious mind could be receiving, your conscious mind could be sending. So let me get into the spiritual practice. Can I get 3 cards for the spiritual practice? So the spiritual practice got the owl. Seek out deeper knowledge to see through the deception. You know, I feel like, especially with the way that I'm doing it now, you know, even the spiritual practice that I'm doing is amazing. A lot of it is amazing. I love it. You know, for example, even if somebody use herbs, because I use herbs, okay? And they say, okay, it came out of a book what this herb is for. So you already conscientiously attached. Your conscious mind is not attached to it yet. But your conscientious mind is attached to a right and a wrong way to perceive the herb. Okay? So once you perceive the herb that way, you then begins, like for this energetic movement, for example, where if you know where the third and the fourth can be tied in together. All of them can tie in. It just depends on the levels and whoever the messages resonate with. But for example, the death or the transformation, you just came in contact with this new herb that you're ready to try. It's about to bring out some kind of new characteristic in you because you intrigued. Your conscientious mind is open. Now, your conscious mind is probably maybe open, but where is it open to? It's open to experimental fact. So the conscientious mind might already have border walls that's there. So that's why the Four of Swords is right here. It could be the conscious mind, okay? It's like, I'm chilling. I'm going to watch this experiment through the conscientious eyes, which is the Knight of Cups, okay? So now you over here with the spiritual practice, you're going up inside of it, okay? You're still in a conscientious state. You still have a oneness connection to some kind of database or a group or a collective that believe and like it and sell it and distribute the herb, okay? This is just basic. This ain't nothing being wrong. This is just being a human function. So I'm not trying to say that anything is wrong. I'm just trying to tell you how the conscientious realm functions. That's all I'm breaking down. How the conscientious realm functions, the realm of right and wrong. You haven't went to the conscious state. So in this spiritual practice, once you begin, whatever way you decide, you're going to get into a spiritual practice. Now, being that maybe you had another herb that did the same thing as this new herb. You could be praising this herb and be like, oh, it's so good. Then neglecting your old herb. So a transformation in the came. Now the next transformation that's going to come out is the deception. See, this is how the deception going to go, because your conscious mind was programmed off of one herb that you was using the whole time. Now you done fell in love with something else, which could, once again, the cups is here. You done fell in love. You done enjoyed the experiment. You like the feeling you got off the new herb. So now the conscientious mind is telling the conscious mind this is something right. And the conscious mind is saying, you need to tell me why. But it could be the herb that's speaking through the conscious mind, because you developed something with that herb. So let me go ahead and speed up, because I gotta go ahead and really let this go. So can I get 3 cards of clarification here for the spiritual practice and our message here? Okay, so we got the Star card. Once again, when I was just talking about the herbs, those could be your healing practices. Okay, so that's where a struggle could go in at. And your conscious mind need to understand why you want to switch. Why you can't blend the two together. Maybe they might need to be fused together. Who say you can't have more than one? Maybe they don't agree with each other. But what's wrong with you expanding on your spiritual practices? For some people. Okay, we got the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Results might not be the same results that everybody have. That's part of experiment. Did you include that factor? Before you start saying something went wrong, horribly wrong, did you include the factor? Now you was already in the book, so how it was already expressed, whatever way it was induced to you, whatever way that, you came across the knowledge of it. You know what I'm saying? Was it so praised so much and then you got a disappointment? Why did you get a disappointment? Is it just maybe not your time? Maybe your boundaries wouldn't allow you to engage up in there. Did you go into your conscientious state? Then you got the Sun card that's coming up right here. Okay, so somewhere out of there, there's going to be results. There's going to be something that get illuminated. Whether you can handle the illumination is another thing. This is not so much about whether you can handle it, especially with the owl. You might be learning how to handle it. Okay? So, one healing message came out video only could be but so long. Until the next time, y'all stay positive and be safe. And stay tuned for the Divine Feminine video.